Have you ever noticed that some healthcare professionals over 70 seem to possess remarkable vitality, while many others the same age still battle high blood pressure every single day? These seasoned experts keep a secret they rarely share publicly. What you're about to learn could completely transform your relationship with hypertension medications and reveal a natural approach that has helped thousands regain control of their blood pressure in just 1 week. Picture this. You're sitting in your doctor's waiting room, flipping through an old magazine, when you overhear two retired healthcare professionals talking in the hallway. They're discussing a simple mixture that drastically lowered their blood pressure, enabling them to reduce or even eliminate some of their medications. You lean in to catch more, but the conversation fades as a nurse calls them away. That scene, which might sound like fiction, is far more real than you think. For decades, a fascinating discovery has circulated quietly among experienced physicians, especially those who, after years of practice, began to wonder whether effective natural alternatives could complement or, in some cases, partially replace conventional hypertension treatments. Dr. Richard Brennan, a retired cardiologist from Johns Hopkins University, has spent the last 15 years of his retirement researching this question. In 2019, he compiled data from more than 2,300 patients who tried a specific combination of 3 natural ingredients. The results were stunning. 87% of participants experienced a significant reduction in systolic blood pressure within just 7 days, with average drops of 15 to 25 points. What makes this discovery even more extraordinary is that the 3 ingredients in this retired doctor's blend are items you probably already have in your kitchen right now. They aren't pricey supplements, exotic herbs, or complicated treatments. They're everyday foods which, when combined in precise proportions and consumed in a particular way, create a powerful synergy that tackles hypertension at its roots. You might be asking yourself, if this is so effective, why has my doctor never mentioned it? The answer is complex and involves both traditional medical training and the economics of our healthcare system. Most physicians are taught to prescribe medications backed by large-scale clinical trials funded by pharmaceutical companies. Studies on natural foods, though they exist, rarely receive the same level of funding or publicity. What's more, many healthcare professionals, especially newer ones, simply weren't exposed to these integrative approaches during their training. Only after decades of practice, when they begin to see the long-term side effects of medications in their patients, do some doctors start exploring natural alternatives. The blend you're about to learn about works in a completely different way from conventional drugs. While most medications force your blood vessels to relax or flush excess fluid from your body, this natural combination attacks the root of the problem. It reduces inflammation, improves arterial flexibility, and rebalances the minerals your body needs to keep blood pressure steady. Maria Santos, 68, a former math teacher from Chicago, discovered the blend through her brother-in-law, a retired cardiologist. I'd been on 2 different blood pressure meds for 15 years, she recalls. My levels were controlled, but I felt constantly tired and had dizzy spells that made me avoid driving. After I started the blend, I felt more energetic within 3 days. In a week, my blood pressure had dropped so much that my doctor cut one of my medications in half. Maria's case is far from isolated. Dr. Elena Rodriguez, a retired clinical pharmacist from the University of California, documented similar results in more than 150 people in her San Diego retirement community. What impresses me most, she says, is the speed of the results. We're not talking months or years. Within 7 days, most people see significant changes in their blood pressure readings. But before we reveal the specific details of this blend, you need to understand why it works so well for people over 60. There's something unique about the physiological changes that occur in this age group that makes this combination particularly effective. Keep watching to discover why your body after 60 responds so remarkably to these 3 simple ingredients, and how retired doctors are using this knowledge to transform their own cardiovascular health. What almost no one tells you is that, after 60, your body is like a well-cared-for classic car. It needs a specific kind of maintenance that's so completely different from what worked when you were younger. And when it comes to your blood pressure, that difference can be the key between simply managing the problem and truly resolving it naturally. Dr. Susan Matthews, a retired geriatrician from the Mayo Clinic, has spent the past 10 years studying why certain natural approaches work better for mature adults. After 60, she explains, our bodies develop a unique metabolic wisdom. Certain combinations of nutrients that once went unnoticed now become incredibly powerful. Here's what happens. As we age, our kidneys start processing sodium differently, almost like filters that have become more sensitive. Our blood vessels lose elasticity, similar to those old rubber bands in a drawer that have dried out. And our heart, like a well-worn engine, has to work a little harder to pump blood. But there's a hidden advantage to these changes. A 2022 Harvard University study discovered something revolutionary. People over 60 absorb and utilize certain natural compounds 70% more efficiently than younger adults. Did you know that? It's as if your mature body knows exactly what to do with these specific ingredients. The 3 ingredients in the Retired Doctor's Blend leverage this biological edge. They work with your body's natural changes, not against them. First ingredient, aged garlic. This isn't the regular garlic you throw into a stir-fry. It's garlic that has been slowly fermented for several weeks at a controlled temperature, creating the famous black garlic. This process transforms ordinary garlic into something completely different, sweet, tender, and free of the strong odor. Dr. Martinez, a retired cardiologist from Miami, explains, fermented garlic contains special compounds that, in mature bodies, act like a natural lubricant for the arteries. Second ingredient, concentrated hibiscus. This red blossom, common in teas, is packed with anthocyanins that act like tiny vascular mechanics. In people over 60, these compounds are absorbed 3 times more efficiently, helping restore arterial flexibility. Third ingredient, magnesium glycinate. Not just any magnesium, but specifically magnesium glycinate, the form bound to the amino acid glycine. This pairing avoids the digestive issues mature adults often experience, such as heartburn or stomach discomfort, with other forms of magnesium. This mineral works as a natural regulator of blood pressure, rebalancing what the years have thrown off. Preparation is crucial. Robert Chen, 72, a retired pharmacist from San Francisco, discovered that taking the blend at 7 a.m. on an empty stomach amplifies its effects. In 4 days, my morning pressure dropped from 155/92 to 138/85. My doctor was impressed. In the next few minutes, you'll learn the exact formula for this blend and how to prepare it correctly in your own kitchen. Now, the moment you've been waiting for has arrived. After years of being locked away by retired physicians, I'm going to reveal the exact blend that has transformed the lives of thousands of people over 60. But pay close attention. The details matter. A small change in preparation can mean the difference between spectacular results and none at all. Dr. James Wilson, a retired cardiologist who has documented more than 800 success stories, always tells his patients, it's like baking bread. The ingredients are simple, but technique makes all the difference. The 7-day formula morning, 7 a.m., empty stomach. 1 clove of black garlic or 2 capsules of black garlic extract. 1 cup of concentrated hibiscus tea. 400 milliliters of magnesium glycinate. Afternoon, 3 p.m., away from meals. 1.2 cup of warm hibiscus tea. 200 milliliters of magnesium glycinate. Preparing concentrated hibiscus tea. Here's the secret no one tells you. It's not just any hibiscus tea. You need a specific concentration. Boil 2 cups of water, add 3 tablespoons of dried hibiscus flowers, and let it simmer for exactly 8 minutes. Then cover and steep for 15 minutes. Strain and refrigerate. This concentration releases 3 times more anthocyanins than regular tea. Margaret Thompson, 71, a retired nurse from Boston, says, I'd brewed hibiscus tea for years in the usual way. When I started making the concentrate as Dr. Wilson taught, I felt the difference in 2 days. My pressure went from 168/95 down to 142/88 within a week. Timing is crucial. Black garlic should always be consumed on an empty stomach because your body absorbs its active compounds better. Hibiscus works best when taken 30 minutes before or after the magnesium doses, creating a synergy that amplifies both effects. Making homemade black garlic, optional. If you can't find ready-made black garlic, you can make it at home, though it takes time. Wrap whole bulbs of garlic in aluminum foil and keep them in a rice cooker set to warm for 3 weeks. The cloves will turn black, sweet, and tender. Signs: it's working. Days: 2 to 3, more energy, less fatigue. Days: 4 to 5, deeper, more restorative sleep. Days: 6 to 7, noticeably lower blood pressure readings. Important warning: never stop your medications without medical guidance. Use this blend as a complement and monitor your blood pressure daily. Many people can gradually reduce their medications under a doctor's supervision. Now we're going to show you the most common mistakes that can sabotage your results. You already have the formula, but there's one last factor that can make all the difference between success and failure. Dr. Michael Chen, a retired clinical pharmacist who has overseen more than 1,200 people using this blend, has identified 5 critical mistakes that destroy results. It's frustrating, he says, to watch people with so much potential sabotage themselves over seemingly small details. Error number 1, using teabag hibiscus. The biggest mistake of all. Hibiscus in tea bags contains only fragmented petals and is 70% less potent. Dorothy Williams, 73, a former school secretary from Atlanta, made this mistake for 3 weeks with no results. When she switched to loose-dried flowers, her blood pressure dropped 18 points in 5 days. It was like swapping water for medicine, she said. Error number 2, taking magnesium with coffee or milk. The calcium in milk and the caffeine in coffee completely block magnesium absorption. Harold Peterson, 67, a Navy veteran, took his morning dose with coffee for 2 weeks and saw no change. When he separated the two by 2 hours, results appeared within 3 days. Error number 3, using regular garlic instead of black garlic. Many people try substituting fresh garlic or standard garlic capsules. It doesn't work. Regular garlic irritates an empty stomach and lacks the fermented compounds. Sandra Martinez, 65, tried common garlic for 10 days, 0 results, and constant heartburn. Error number 4, skipping doses or changing times. This blend works by maintaining steady levels of the compounds in your bloodstream. Skipping the afternoon dose or taking it at random hours breaks that cycle. A study by Dr. Chen showed that people who kept a strict schedule were 3.4 times more successful. Error number 5, not measuring blood pressure daily. How will you know it's working? Thomas Baker, 70, a former engineer, nearly quit on day 4 because he didn't feel any different. When he finally took a reading, he discovered his pressure had dropped from 162/96 to 145/87. I felt foolish for almost throwing it all away, he admits. Correct monitoring protocol. Always measure at the same time. Recommended 6:30 a.m. Use the same arm. Sit for 5 minutes before measuring. Record the values daily. Dangerous combinations to avoid. Never take this blend if you use anticoagulants. Consult your doctor first. Diabetes medications. It can amplify the effect. Potent diuretics. Risk of mineral imbalance. Dr. Sarah Foster, a retired cardiologist from the University of Michigan, always warns, this blend is powerful. Treat it like medication. Monitor it, write everything down, and keep your doctor informed. Special tip to boost results. Take a 15-minute walk after your morning dose. The movement aids circulation and speeds up absorption of the active compounds. Ruth Johnson, 68, a retired librarian, discovered this by accident and saw her blood pressure drop an extra 8 points in a week. Warning signs to stop immediately. Severe dizziness, blood pressure below 90/60, palpitations, allergic reactions. The good news? Fewer than 2% of people reported any side effects, and all were mild and temporary. Finally, keep following along to learn how to maintain these results and turn these tips into a healthy lifestyle for the next 10 or 20 years. If you've made it this far, you already have all the tools to transform your blood pressure in just 7 days. But now comes the question that really matters. What's next? How do I make this discovery a permanent part of my life? Dr. Robert Sterling, a retired geriatrician who has guided patients with this approach for 12 years, has the answer that will change your perspective on healthy aging. The secret isn't doing this for 7 days, Dr. Sterling explains. It's realizing you've discovered a new way to live. This blend isn't a temporary remedy. It's a lifestyle that will stay with you for the next 20 or 30 years in good health. The maintenance protocol, after the first 7 days. Weeks 2 to 4, stabilization phase. Follow these 3 guidelines. Continue the full formula. Measure your blood pressure 3 times per week. Write down how you feel each day. From month 2 onward, maintenance protocol. In the morning, keep taking black garlic with concentrated hibiscus tea, but reduce magnesium to just 200 mg. In the afternoon, if your pressure is stable, you may drink only half a cup of warm hibiscus. The afternoon magnesium is no longer necessary. Altogether, you'll be taking just 200 milligrams of magnesium per day, half the initial dose. Eleanor Patterson, 74, a former nurse from Portland, has been using the blend for 3 years. My pressure stabilized at 128/78 and has never left that range. My cardiologist says I have the blood pressure of someone 20 years younger. How to weave it into your daily routine. Turn it into automatic habits. Brew your hibiscus tea on Sundays for the entire week. Keep black garlic stocked in the fridge. Take magnesium alongside your morning vitamins. Extra benefits. You'll notice after 3 months, people consistently report more lasting energy, deeper sleep, better memory and focus, healthier skin, less swelling in the legs. George Wilson, 71, a retired accountant, has tracked his progress for 2 years. I started because of high blood pressure, but I gained a whole new life. I'm hiking again, I sleep through the night, and even my wife says I'm more energetic. Smart seasonal tweaks. Summer. Drink hibiscus iced and increase hydration. Winter. Warm hibiscus is more comfortable. Travel. Pack magnesium capsules and powdered hibiscus. When to adjust the formula. If after 3 months your blood pressure is consistently below 120/80, you can switch to the minimum protocol. Black garlic on alternate days, hibiscus 5 times a week, daily magnesium. What retired doctors do differently. Dr. Maria Santos, a retired cardiologist, explains, "We don't stop after 7 days. We keep this up for life because we understand that aging well isn't luck. It's the result of consistent daily choices." This blend is only the beginning. You've discovered that your mature body responds incredibly well to natural approaches. Use this as a foundation to explore other improvements. Age-appropriate exercise, an anti-inflammatory diet, relaxation techniques. If you implement everything you learned today, in 90 days, you won't just have controlled blood pressure. You'll have uncovered the secret seasoned doctors know, that after 60, with the right choices, the best years can still be ahead. Picture yourself a year from now. Stable blood pressure, renewed energy, sleeping like you haven't in years, and feeling confident about your health. This isn't a fantasy. It's the predictable result of starting today. If this video changed your perspective on natural health after 60, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Every week I bring you discoveries like this, secrets experienced doctors know but rarely reach you. And leave a comment sharing your biggest surprise from this video. Did you know your mature body had this special metabolic wisdom? I want to hear your thoughts. Stay tuned for the next video.